Hello and welcome to lesson number 7 of the Real Estate Purchase Analysis System Guide Series 1. So in lesson 7, as usual, I'm also going to be asking you a question. And the question is, what can stop you from buying land or house that you have checked out? So it could be that you have checked this nice property online or even physically, or you have been to this large expanse of land, or you have been to this estate and the place is well laid out, is fantastic, is amazing, it fits most of the conditions listed in lesson number 6, but hey, for some reason you still didn't buy it. All right, so what are those possible scenarios or situations that can stop you from buying a land or a house that you have checked out? So in essence, what I'm asking is, what can disqualify a land or a house from you buying it? Okay, so one of the things that could disqualify a land or a house is when the price is okay, but you don't have sufficient cash to buy. So you may check out a place, you may be considering an offer, but maybe when you hear the price, you look at your bank account and you're like, I can't shoulder this, I can't carry this just yet. Remember, I said personally, I will not consider an offer if I don't have sufficient cash to see the transaction to a logical conclusion as soon as possible. All right, so some people may not consider an offer for that reason, because they don't have sufficient cash to buy. So if this is one of the reasons why you would disqualify a purchase, all right, you need to note it so that you can get creative for a next opportunity. And you won't keep losing out simply because, Kemi has says that if I'm not fully cash ready for a real estate investment opportunity, I shouldn't go for it. That's like shortchanging yourself. So if you identify that the reason why you lost out on an opportunity was because you didn't have enough cash, or the reason why you won't take on this investment opportunity is because you are looking at your bank account and it's 50% compared to what it is required to take advantage of the investment opportunity, you would now know how to get creative, because what you're now looking for now is resource to augment the resource that you have. So will a loan option work? What if you speak to 1 or 2, 3 colleagues and they also have similar goal or desire, and this asset also fits what they want to achieve? Why not team up? Okay, why not team up to attempt that investment opportunity together? Okay, so the second thing that may disqualify a piece of real estate that you have checked out is your instinct. Okay, when your instinct sets in. Some people, their instincts are so sharp that they just need to sleep over a property they have checked. Some people just need to step away. Some people just need to walk around an asset, and no matter how fantastic this opportunity is, they just come and they tell you they're not buying. Okay, usually I try to get to the logical end of that instinct, okay, because I can be very logical sometimes. So I try to get to the logical part of my instinct. If my instinct says don't invest, okay, now let me give you an example. So there was a client who was based in Canada, and at some point he wanted to buy some plots of land in the Lekki axis of Lagos. It was a fantastic location, right on the road, facing the the Free Trade Zone Expressway. It was beside a government hospital. It was just a fantastic location. It was not so waterlogged like that. So immediately we got to site. So on the way to check this place, remember the client was abroad, his wife was here. So on the way to check in the place, I called up a friend who lives within the axis, and I said, can you come along with us on this inspection? And we all got to the place. So I asked for documents. What I saw was also impressive. So I said, okay. Now, again, you see why you need to understand the people that influence your buying decision. Now, remember, the client is based in Canada. It was a friend who introduced him to that opportunity. So he was trying to maintain the friendship, and he did also wanted to look as if he turned down a friend's noble offer. So we got to the site, and the person I took along, he just looked towards his left, and he saw a heap of cement that has been mixed. In fact, the shovel was sticking out of the heap. So that means that there was concrete that was mixed, and the shovel was stuck in it, and it had dried up, which means that work was ongoing on that place at some point. They either came to pursue them, or there was a fight and everybody has absconded or something. So he tapped me, and I saw it. And then I tried to walk into the site, and I saw that raft foundation was being done. And I said, work was going on here not quite long, because again, if you're not observant, you would have missed out on these things that we identify. Because for instance, the shovel, bush had overgrown, and it may not have been visible just ordinarily to someone who is not so deep into real estate. So the person I took along identified that, and I walked further in, and I saw that there's a foundation going on here. What happened? So we started asking questions, and the rest, they say, is history. So that was how we helped this family to save their money, running into about 20 million naira as of then. Okay, that they would have put into this investment and would have gone down the drain. Okay, so sometimes your instincts can set in, and you just don't want to invest in a particular offer. But it is better that you can pinpoint the logical angle to what your instinct says. Okay, so your instinct can sometimes be an important tool. All right. One other thing that can disqualify a real estate investment opportunity that you have inspected and you liked is when someone you defer to is not in support of the purchase. When someone you defer to is not in support of the purchase. In the previous lesson, I talked about people that influence our investing decision, people that makes investment suggestion to us. Okay. So it is important that you know that there can be strong influences for or against you investing in a particular real estate opportunity. So there can be strong influence for or against. All right. Now, one most important thing about influence, again, is that you need to know the why behind the influence. Recall that in the previous point, I talked about your instinct can disqualify you from buying a piece of real estate, but know the why to the instincts, okay? Because instincts can sometimes be on overdrive, okay? And we keep suspecting, and we keep missing out on a whole lot of opportunities, okay? So the same way, know the why behind the influence. All right. So if the person who you defer to is maybe your dad or your mom or a sibling, or let me say family member, they may be needing the cash in your hand for something else, and they don't want you to put it in real estate just yet. All right. So you need to know the why behind that influence that is disqualifying a piece of real estate investment that you were considering. Okay. So Point number 4 that can disqualify a piece of real estate investment is when due diligence report says it is not okay to buy. When due diligence report says it is not okay to buy. 7. I hope you have gotten value and see you in lesson 8.